Welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to Season 3, Episode 3 of The Wheel of Time, Seeds of Shadow. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I know I said that I was gonna see if I could record this after, like, in the evening, after I recorded Episode 2. I am recording it immediately after I recorded Episode 2. It was just too good. When I get a show this locked into my mind, when I get this excited, I can't. Like, I have to hyper-focus. I need to watch it. And after Episode 2 and how amazing it was and how Season 3's quality just seems to be skyrocketing above Season 2, which the advancement from 1 to 2 was big enough. 2 to 3, my God, been absolutely incredible. So yeah, definitely just could not resist. So I'm diving right back in. Obviously, I have just watched Episode 2, so everything is still completely fresh. Like I said, love the politics, absolutely adored that side of things. I think that getting to see the Queen of Andor, which was really fun as well, getting to see Elida, getting to see these characters that I was sad we didn't get after reading The Eye of the World. Now knowing they're here, so excited to see how that plays out. Obviously, tower politics are already disastrous. They're already exploding and imploding at the same time. Add Elida into the mix. My God, everything is just about to explode. So yeah, very excited to see how everything plays out. Obviously, we're going to the Aiel Waste as well. Intrigued to see whether these people that have just like pulled up on them with spears out are friendly or if they are here to cause harm. Guess we'll see. But yeah, just excited to see how everything plays out. So with that said, let's jump back in to the world of the Wheel of Time. Is this another Forsaken? Is that the guy? Oh my God, it is. Is he a dark friend?
Samael. You never miss a chance to prattle and prance about.
Is Samael a Forsaken? Yeah, I would think so, because he is a man that can channel oh shit.
Queen, in your bed already, Ravin?
Ravin? He's a Forsaken?
According to her and to anyone who meets us, we've been hopelessly in love for more than a decade.
He used a weave of compulsion.
You always
is that
were
how
an artist with compulsion?
Oh, you sneaky little fucker. That's why I didn't know him, because he wasn't there. Oh my God, that has broken my brain. Oh my God, so much is adding up from Episode 2 now. So much is adding up. Elaine saying all we ever do when we're at home is drink. They never are at home. I don't think she's ever met this man until that point. Me then not knowing who he bloody was because he wasn't in the Eye of the World. Jesus Christ, okay. Right, my thought of him being a dark friend is quite accurate considering he is actually a Forsaken. This is so cool though, so we're already seeing 2 more. I can't for the life of me remember how many of them there are. Shit, I'm gonna try and Google in a way that will only show me show stuff, because I don't want to know how many Forsaken there are book-wise. I just want to know how many have been mentioned show-wise. Oh, slight spoiler, but it told me what I needed to know. It said that the number was reduced from 13 to 8. So there are 8 Forsaken. Obviously, we've seen these 2 now. Ravin, right? Oh, well, we've got Amazon X-Ray. Oh, X-Ray isn't coming up right now. Is it because they're not spoiling it or something? I don't know. But yeah, so we've got Ravin, and we've also got that other guy. We've got Mogedion, and we have Lanfear. Oh, and we also have a Shamiel. So there's 3 then that we haven't met yet.
Stretched out at his feet if he'd said, rug.
That is crazy.
Did none of us learn our lesson last time?
Infighting does no good.
For each other more than the dragon. How did that turn out?
Yep.
Why did you bring us here?
So she called them.
The only way she'll ever be nameless is if we're all dead.
If you're so strong, why isn't our
Nameless.
great lord speaking to you?
Is that the one who speaks to the Lord?
Maybe he mourns his Shamiel still.
Okay, so there's a gap in power with a Shamiel dying.
I'll consider presenting it to the others.
To the others.
Grendel and Semirag.
Grendel and Semirag, okay.
You know me, always prattling on with someone.
Yeah, he's already forming his own alliances. Intriguing. That is only 7 Forsaken, if I'm remembering correctly then, because yeah, we got Mogedion, Lanfear, and a Shamiel from last season, and then we've been introduced to these 2 rather than Samiel, and then we have Grendel and Semirag. I've already forgotten how to pronounce those, we'll see. But there is a very interesting power balance going on within the Forsaken, so it seems as though they obviously have a leader known as the Nameless, and I assume that means that they are the one who communicates with the Dark One themselves. They're the one who is basically the leader in every way. Do they challenge that leadership though, or is it something that the Dark One bestows? I would think the way they're talking, it's something that the Dark One bestows. Maybe the one with the most power, which was a Shamiel, is automatically the one who communicates. guess we'll see. But yeah, really intriguing learning about the politics of the Forsaken themselves, because it doesn't seem as though they are fully in it for the cause. You know, like if you're fully in it for the cause, I feel as though you would push past grievances and just get on with things. But it seems as though these are the embodiment of being evil, you know, in the sense that they are out for their own gain, in a sense, you know, like to follow the path of the dark, you have to have these negative attributes, which won't lend well to being part of a team. So yeah, very cool seeing all of this laid out. Oh, I love getting to see the Forsaken use weaves because it's so different.
She said you were smart too.
It seemed like you believed her when she said I'd kill you.
Interesting. So they already have an alliance.
Ajah, captured at great cost by the Amelin herself.
Oh shit.
Joya and Amiko have been still. They refuse to talk.
Oh, they've been
Amelin
stilled.
believes you two might
Wow.
make more progress than we have.
Have we met women who have been stilled before? I don't think we have. We've only seen men.
Whoever tells us the most about the Black Ajah lives.
Oh my god, Nynaeve.
No one knows more than just their heart. But Leandra, she found out.
Heart.
They work in groups of 3 called Hearts.
Ooh, that's so smart.
I don't know. I've told you everything I know.
Can't trust this.
Is this how you want to be remembered, Amiko? Or do you want to drop the act?
Love this so much.
She means to help one of the Forsaken take Callandor for himself.
Okay,
Only the
who?
dragon can break the wards guarding Callandor.
Then you've got nothing to worry about.
I mean, just because the dragon can break the wards doesn't mean the dragon's getting Callandor.
She pretended to be Yellow Ajah for years, telling her patients they were going to be fine. They all believed her.
The big problem is, you don't know if you can believe any of this. You know, when she's talking about working in groups of 3 called Hearts, is that true? I mean, it sounds as though it's something that could be believable. If I was the Black Ajah, I would work that way. Like, fully. You have an intricate net where you have, like, it's all weaved together in a sense, which, consider Watch of the Wheel of Time is a funny term to be using, but you know what I mean? It's like, you have these set groups where they're aware of certain allies that they can rely on, but they're not aware of the whole, because if you reveal the whole to everyone, then you're only as strong as your weakest member, and if that weakest member can be interrogated and you get the information out of, you're fucked. So it makes sense that you would do something like that, but the fact that it is so believable makes me think it's not. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't know if you can really trust any of this information as being reliable. But yeah, good idea turning them on each other. Really cool getting to hear from actual Black Ajah members, though, about like their political beliefs and their beliefs of the system. Very different from normal Aes Sedai, obviously. Shaking. What is that? The fuck?
Aes Sedai, Alice left with Queen Morgaze. Can I help you get ready?
Interesting. Swan's like, Min, you get stationed right outside and you get ready.
How do we work out whether Joy or Amiko is telling the truth about where Leandra went?
You can't.
I don't believe either of them.
Yeah, me neither. Someone was following them, and I think it was one of the grey men. Oh god, there was someone who looked back there and they didn't look healthy. Their skin looked very grey.
This is the place I was telling you about,
Her son.
where she was keeping her son.
Well, unfortunately, Lanfear may have cut that thread.
But I think she was also trying to help me.
She was, which was very
She
interesting.
loved her son.
Her releasing Elaine and Nynaeve at the portal was very out of the character that we saw so far.
Looks like it was painted in chalk.
Therein said I,
Interesting.
curse me now, and I will never forget it.
Oh shit, she's making it clear.
Return with the sitter of the hall, and I'll hear her petition for a private audience with the Amelin.
Well, unfortunately, she has allies, so I think she'll be able to do that, but you've delayed her at least.
I seem to remember you having a taste for Andorran wild strawberries.
Intriguing. It doesn't seem as though they are as much her allies as I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, she has her sisters and everything. She's going to get one of them who's a sitter to help her. It seems as though they don't have a very big opinion of her. It seems like their opinion of her is very, like when she turned her back to get the gift, they were like, here she goes again, classic Elida, you know what I mean? So, I wonder if I've miscalculated how many allies she does actually have. Still got that question running in my head about, information though, as to whether they're not telling Elida of stuff because the Amyrlin has like made it an order and they physically can't, or if they're choosing not to because they don't trust Elida herself.
Keep it, Elida. It's too gaudy for me. Suits you much better.
What a fucking dig. Yikes, especially what she's wearing.
What are you hoping to buy with these gifts?
There we go. Speak plain and open.
Work to do to regain our standing here. Work you are making more difficult.
Intriguing. Yeah, she seems like a loose thread. The one that we focused on just at the end there seems like a loose thread. I fear she is trusting in Elida.
But that you didn't fight for the seats our Red Sisters earned centuries ago with their blood and their lives. That falls squarely on you.
I did not realize that earlier. When Morghese entered the hall, were the Reds not there either? Is this like a permanent thing? Have the Red seats basically been rescinded for the moment due to the mistrust based on the amount of Dark Friends that have come from the Reds? That does seem unnecessarily harsh, just from what we've seen show-wise at least, of the mix of Ajahs when it comes to them turning. Like, yeah, they're part of the Black Ajah and everything, but it seems like it was sisters from all walks of life, not just the Reds. So if it is that their seats have been completely rescinded, then yikes. If it was just that one time, then not as big of a deal, but still interesting. We'll have to see. I mean, they were speaking about earning back their reputation in the tower and everything. White Tower politics, like I said, already complex before the like civil outbreak and everything. Now, my God.
Who are these wise ones?
That is wise one's business.
You give such information. I assume she is one of the wise ones.
I swear she was in my dream the other night.
Oh, I think you were in her dream as well.
You were in my dream.
Yep, there we go. Confirmation. Seems the political landscape of the Aiel Waste is almost non-existent. Seems like it's just everyone out for themselves.
The Shadow might.
Who are the Shadow?
Another Aiel clan. They have a blood feud with the Ta'adad.
Okay.
They are not worth the time or the stones. It's their own fault they're dead, and if the Shadow are near, even more reason to get to Rhuidean.
Oh, Jesus. You won't earn a good standing with Egwene talking like that. I will say that right now, but obviously they don't care.
I'll bury the dead and meet you at Ingrestan.
Shade of my heart, is that meant to mean that these two are in a relationship, I would assume? That was a very intimate moment, so I'd think so. I'm wondering, wise ones, ability to go into the dream world and everything, can this lady channel? Is that a potential? Because obviously Aiel wouldn't be immune to the ability to channel, but they wouldn't send sisters to the tower and everything, so. Oh, bless. Oh, did they plant all of these for the people that passed?
It's a burial ground.
Yeah, okay, bless.
My family.
What's going on with this face makeup? It does seem as though she's gone out on her own.
Where I'm from, we mix our loved ones' ashes with clay and water and wear them on our face.
Oh, so that's what that is. Oh my God, that just shattered me.
I've lost a few waters through the years.
Oh, really?
But what we three had was different.
Yeah.
We balanced each other.
It did seem that way.
When one of three departs, who owns that grief?
God. Never thought about it like that. Because obviously, like, this isn't unique to the world of the Wheel of Time and everything. Like, polyamorous couples obviously exist and everything. It's different in their world because it's like a very accepted thing and it's a very normal thing. Isn't it the Greens specifically, like, bond to multiple warders and stuff like that? So it's a very common thing within their, with the people they surround themselves with. You know what I mean? It's common to have these multiple relationships. But like she said, she's lost many warders, but this was like such a unique bond. So very much the like truest form of love that can be shared between three people. So I've never really thought about it in that sense. Like when one half of a couple dies, it's very much like one person gone, one person left, this person grieves. When one of three, that is a strange thing to think about. Do you grieve equally? Do you both miss the person equally? Do you miss certain attributes of the person? Do you miss different parts of the person? Like, do you grow to start resenting each other because that other part of you is gone and you can't see yourself going on? You know what I mean? It brings up so many things. So definitely explaining where she and Maxim are at in their heads right now, because obviously when we met them last episode, they did not seem like they were doing good. Understandably why, but still very curious as to what she is doing in the Two Rivers. I feel as though it is what I was saying. I think she's like cut off the White Tower, not in a sense of fuck you, but more in a sense of I have one singular mission of revenge right now. They went this way, so we've come this way. We are gonna hunt them down and kill them. I don't care. Like, I'm cutting contact with everyone until my mission has succeeded. You know what I mean?
What is it? There's a group coming into town.
White Cloaks?
Perrin, out of sight.
Too late. Shit.
They arrested Natty Corfin and her girls.
Apparently, Nati's husband helped the Abaras escape.
No.
Where did they take the Quathans?
Oh, don't worry, they're on
The White Cloak camp on Wachil.
Interesting.
Do you know these White Cloaks? Paranai.
Oh, very tense in the Two Rivers. Was expecting this to be a very chill time. Oh, he's here himself. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, you're here too. Great. My two favorites.
The land here must be so tainted to raise such poisonous fruit.
What disgusting ways of thinking. Oh my god.
What?
Min.
Oh, lights. Can I get a lock installed? I've not got any thank yous.
It's
I'll tell
tough.
you what, you come back tomorrow, you might want to nab yourself a You're Forgiven first. Min.
It wasn't the best time to talk to Matt. He wasn't he wasn't doing good, but they gotta hash it out to get to the good part.
One painted where they died, one where they were born.
Where's it from?
Tanchico.
Tanchico. Oh.
What if everything they said was a lie? We should be looking at what they didn't say.
Good point. Very good point. Oh, there was a bracelet in there?
Soldams used to control channelers, but older. Leandrins in Tanchico, looking for the matching collar.
Who did it hit Elaine? But yeah, that is one of the grey things.
He's grey. The man who tried to kill me at the White Lion Inn.
I didn't throw him hard enough to kill.
Yeah. So someone stabbed him in the time it took them to get there. Thereby, they were already nearby, probably watching. But why would they? Oh my god, the plot thickens. Interesting. I mean, look at the knife first and foremost. See where the knife came from. Varen girly, you are getting sneaky and creepy, though, I have to say. But they're making me... I feel like the show is making you feel that way, which then makes me think you probably are trustworthy. It's probably some kind of red herring trying to make me think that there's something going on with Varen. But, okay, so... bracelet, collar, what do they mean, though? Are they trying to use it to put on Rand? Is that the idea we're getting at? Like, maybe it's an older version because it was one that was made for men, used to control men, and so they're trying to get this so that they can actually use Rand, get him to their side without actually needing to convince him that it's the best side. Guess we'll see.
Lock your doors and stay in there until I or the Amelin come and find you.
I or the Amerlin. Like, I feel like the show is trying too hard to make me not trust her, which makes me trust her.
Did you not notice what she didn't mention, Elaine?
No.
She never wondered who stabbed him.
Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. Why did she not question that at all? I always forget you have to focus on what Aes Sedai and what people like that don't mention more than what they mention.
Who are you?
What's your name, boy?
Jacques Lunault.
Lunault, you still here after all this time?
Oh, that accent change.
Man who put our wedding bed in the dark, wet cell in the depths of this keep.
Oh my god, I love this so much.
His birthday, he found out there would soon be an addition to our wholesome little family.
She was 12. That is fucking revolting.
Another child.
Yep. Lovely. Great.
Don't touch her. She's mine.
She's mine. Oh, you're about to die. Oh my god, Leandrin. Jesus Christ.
Don't hold back.
Don't hurt her. Yeah, I don't think she will. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too mad about this, just because these people were here to support it.
She'll lose more than just her memories of today.
I think it's best not to remember a thing.
Wow. That's insane. Okay, damn. That was a really cool scene, though. So, one, we got an instance of a culture that is different from the others that we've seen so far. Obviously, there's all of this talk about morality and ethics and everything like that when it comes to the judgment of other cultures and everything, but I will never sit here and think that a culture that allows a grown man to marry a woman of, well, anything that has a teen on it is weird to me, but obviously legally and everything, 18, 19, okay, maybe fine, but anything below, like, nah, I'm sorry, nah. That young as well, literal pedophile. I'm not going to sit here and judge them for killing anyone in that room, because not only there's that man marrying into it, you got people on the sidelines allowing it to happen. And yes, may have been born into the culture and everything. They probably didn't deserve to die, but far nicer people could have been murdered than those who were standing there, so.
It's a terrible burden, isn't it?
Does she know who she is?
Just a few dresses.
I meant the future.
She knows who she is. Okay, intriguing.
You're seer, Min. Yes.
She is part of the Red Ajah. She can gather information quite easily.
It's lonely knowing what's to come. Show that bad.
I was going to say Elida has visions as well.
It's not like you can do anything to change it.
We are seers. That doesn't make us watchers.
Oh, I love that.
What leads up to that moment and what leads out of it, that's where our power lies.
Because it is so true. Like, for instance, say you see a big battle. Say you see that no matter what you do, this side is going to fight this side. That does not mean that you can't, say, politically build up a system before the fight happens so that when the fight is over, depending on the outcome, no matter the outcome, if you know the outcome, even bigger of a slay, then you already have a backbone that you have made behind the scenes. It doesn't mean that you just have to sit back, watch it all crumble, and just not feel like you can do a single thing. I love that perspective. That is so cool.
That bracelet, is it part of another foretelling?
Of a sort.
Ooh. Does the bracelet help with her hand shaking and everything?
So Santre will lose, and my Red Sisters will restore the tower to its original mission, finding and caging the Draken Reborn.
Why are you telling Min? What is the point of that? Intriguing.
Dreamwalker. Almost anyone can touch Callandor. Very few can truly enter it.
Oh.
She's dead.
Doesn't matter.
If she can hurt you, then this woman in your dream is alive.
Literally.
After that, I'll teach you what I can to protect yourself.
Ooh. Well, like protections within the dream world itself. Kind of like taking control of your dream. Like, for instance, if you think about like the movie Inception, you know what I mean? That kind of vibe. But interesting. So she may not necessarily be able to channel. We don't know that for sure, but this lady may not necessarily be able to channel. It's more so that she is a dream walker, which is a rarity of Aes Sedai. Okay, that's a really cool development. But one thing I did want to touch on is obviously this does link very heavily to like human trauma in the real world and everything, you know? It's like this person may be dead, this person may not be able to physically get to you anymore, but if the memories are still there, if the trauma's still there, if that event is still affecting you, to just brush it off as, oh, it doesn't matter because she's dead, it doesn't help you at all. You need to focus on it. You need to remember that this is something that is still actively affecting you. You can't brush it off or else you're doing yourself no good. So this is going to be really cool then. Is she going to be able to teach her active defenses within the dream world? If that happens, I wonder if Egwene is eventually going to be able to uncover that it's not actually Rhaena, it is Lanfear herself haunting Egwene. That'll be a very sharp discovery for Rand to learn of as well.
I could escape my dark oaths. This is the Ungreal, as strong as Callandor. For women, the Sarkhanen.
Okay.
And what would it mean for you if the oaths you swore were gone?
You're a very sneaky one, Lanfear. Oh my god. I don't trust that one bit. This is a girlie who loves power. Yes, she may have a love for Rand. She loves power. She just wants it because it will make her the most strongest female channeler. Like, she don't give a shit about breaking those dark oaths.
If your Randall Thor is the Karakarn, then he too will go into the fog.
Oh.
And what happens when he is declared Karakan?
So they don't want to share that part. Must be really annoying to be Moraine at the moment, not having this like really key piece of information. Like,
do you think an hour with her is what I need to be happy?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
I love getting to see these two close together again.
Would you care to join me tonight?
Oh. I couldn't make out that tattoo. Did Lan know something? Is that Malkier related? Because they had a whole thing about, like, a certain bird, right?
I haven't forgotten who you are.
Why do you have the golden crane of Malkier on your back?
Yeah, okay.
I was just a girl when the blight took Malkier. I ran and ran until a wise one found me.
Oh, wow.
As long as one man wears their dory, as long as one woman wears the Kasei, Malkier lives.
Shit, okay. Did not expect Malkier development in the Aiel Waste. Okay, let's go.
You're no dark friend.
But here's something.
So are you, Sembu, and if you don't shut your mouth, I'll tell you what.
Queen, love her. 10 more of her, please. What is going on with you? Why does the camera keep going to you? It could be as simple as like potential romance for Perrin in this land, but I don't know. We'll see.
Why won't you turn off the bond, Alana?
We are in danger.
I can't take it. I can't.
Two people's grief.
I can feel that you feel nothing. 5 on.
I'm just trying to protect myself because I'm drowning in your grief.
Ooh.
We would be hunting down Leandrin and making her pay for what she did to him.
Yeah, now we've discovered where Leandrin is. Why are we here?
Why, Alana?
He doesn't even know. Okay. Bloody hell, that's broken my brain. Okay, so yeah. God, that skipped my mind because now we found out where Leandrin is. Obviously, yeah, that Alana's not following her. So why the hell are they in the Two Rivers? Maxim doesn't even know. But interesting. So obviously, we were discussing earlier about polyamory and everything, and the idea of being a 3 rather than a 2 when it comes to grief, completely skipped over the fact that there is also the warder bond at play, which makes this even more of a problem. So he is not detecting grief from her. She says that's because she's drowning in his and is protecting herself. I don't know, obviously, how true that is. I don't know if she is actually feeling that grief and is protecting herself, is focusing on the more negative emotions of like anger or trying to fortify herself. I'm not sure. I feel like as an Aes Sedai, you would over time get a lot better at learning how to control your emotions and everything, especially when she says she's lost warders before, so she's been through a similar feeling. But Maxim, obviously, not as old as Alanna, not as experienced as Alanna when it comes to losing people, so it's going to hit him more greatly. But interesting that their bond is so fractured at the moment that she's not even sharing with him why they're here. That's a little bit crazy, so I guess we will see.
Came here looking for the Horn of Valir. Heard of it? I see.
Seen it.
I'm familiar.
Been next to it.
I call myself Mandar.
Call myself Mandarb.
I'm sorry, it's just
I was gonna say, isn't that the name of Lan's horse?
It means blade in the old tongue.
Ah.
So choose your words carefully.
Is she perhaps Malkier's, like from Malkier as well?
I'm sorry.
Aww.
I am, and I appreciate what you did. It's just I have had my own kind of trouble.
Yeah, and she walked in when he was going through a very bad moment.
But I was thinking, though, maybe we can make some good out of these things we've been cursed with.
Yeah, she sees the future, he sees the past.
You alright?
Matt.
Min?
That doesn't mean he's
No,
dead,
Min.
dead, right? Right? He's just hanging and we can get him down, right?
Liana Sedai.
Liana, what are you
I didn't
doing?
think you knew your way to the Red Quarters.
I followed the rats.
Oh, it's amazing. I love that.
Would the Reds leave their duty of finding men who can channel to another Ajah?
Oh, shit.
She waits for you in her study to discuss the plan.
This feels targeted to get the leader out, but unfortunately for Swan, I fear that is going to change the tides in the tower for the Reds.
Who do you think will replace her? Temporarily, of course.
You're right, sister. It appears the Red Ajah is in need of a new sitter.
Shit. Elida was like, don't worry, I'm not going to get a sitter to come with me to see Swan. I'm going to become a sitter.
If there's 10 here or 20 there, then you're just game for Trolloc taking. Or for White Cloaks.
Mm-hmm. Got to stay together. Power in numbers.
If we stay here, all of us, we have a chance.
Hell yeah. I wasn't expecting this to be a very, like a story that I was necessarily looking forward to, but I don't know. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. There's just like a lot bigger things happening in the world to focus on, but even the small stuff, they're doing a really good job of showing the importance of this.
Elaine and I found something. We think we know where Leandrin's gone.
Leandrin?
Oh.
Keep your voice
Don't
down.
let the brothers know. That will not go down well.
I think the lady said she wanted to leave.
Mate, have a day off.
I don't need your help.
Step back, Matt.
Oh my god. These guys are so annoying. Right, fuck them up, Matt. I've had enough. Hell yeah. Because obviously we did see it with the horn and everything, but he said at least I did, which implies that he hasn't felt that since, but we'll see. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, Nynaeve looking a little proud. Shit. Pop off. Oh my god, the way that he just hit the sword out of his hand. Praise be to you, Matrim. Matrim? Is what his name always reminds me of. It's a oh my god, that was so dumb.
I'll make sure of it.
Is that a
How?
plan or a hope? You'll need both if you want to lead.
I don't.
She can obviously recognize those leadership qualities that we've seen, but I don't know. I would need to know her angle. Who is she?
Aiel.
Aiel.
It means falcon. Hunting's in my blood.
Means falcon in what language, girly pop? Where are you from?
I didn't even tell my brothers we were leaving because we agreed not to tell anyone.
Well, if you've not told anyone, then who the fuck is following you?
We're going to Tanchico.
Don't say it in the streets. Don't say it in the streets, guys. Is it
did your
Min?
brothers mention what I can do with the staff?
Okay. The more I thought about it, I was like, the more likely it is going to be Min.
It's similar to what the Shunchan used to collar women, but older, much older.
To be used to collar
Must be why the
men?
tower keeping it hidden. And my weaves have no effect on it.
Because it... Oh.
It's used to control a man.
Yeah, but...
A male Adel.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Excuse me? You cheeky bitch. I thought she was with them, like they were aware of who she was. No, she's hiding in the shadows. Moghedien is my favorite Forsaken so far. Absolutely. The aura that she has around her of just creepiness in the best way. Fucking love her. So yes, there we have season 3, episode 3 of The Wheel of Time. We have finally finished the initial 3 episodes. So holy shit though. Oh my God. Okay, so obviously a big development there. We've discovered now that they are searching for a way to collar Rand himself. The problem in my mind is though, okay, you're going to collar him like an Adame, but who will be the Soldam? You know, like I suppose there are male Forsaken, so they could probably wear the bracelet and then have Rand with the collar. That is for sure. But so far the big players, even when we look at the Forsaken, seem to be women. And so getting at that idea, I'm curious to see what route we're going to go down then, because obviously Soldam have to have a level of channeling themselves. They have to have a connection to the One Power to then be able to use the bracelets and everything. And with that lady talking about the fact that her weaves have no effect on it, that tells me, okay, you probably need to use Saidin rather than Saidar. That's why I'm going down the route of you needing a male person to control Rand, but guess we'll see. Maybe there's a way to work around that, or maybe that is why Moghedien is getting in with the other Forsaken, because she needs to get in with one of them. But then whoever controls the Dragon Reborn, don't matter if you're at the bottom of the pecking order when it comes to the Forsaken. This, like, the person who controls the Dragon Reborn, you're ultimately the best one. Not the best one, you're ultimately the most powerful one, you know, because you are controlling the most powerful channeler, so that's concerning. There was also talk of another false dragon in another location, wasn't there? Could that be a Forsaken and they're considering it a false dragon because obviously Rand has been known to be the Dragon Reborn, thereby any male channeler is automatically a false dragon anyway. So they've heard of a male channeler and so they're like, a false dragon. Or is it like actually a Forsaken masquerading, you know? I guess we'll see. But yeah, really enjoying the elements of like subterfuge and hiding in the shadows that we've gotten so far in this season. The Moghedien stuff is the most interesting to me when it comes to the hiding in the shadows and everything, because these Forsaken are not known. Like the other Forsaken know of them. Obviously, there is a level of knowledge there, and there may be long forgotten texts that may have some level of information, but these are people who can very easily take advantage, very easily work around everyone else, because you got Liandrin and everyone here, and Liandrin is known to be the strongest among the Black Ajah that we know of, but you compare her power level to Moghedien, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, these Forsaken are so far and beyond the basic Aes Sedai that they can literally just play with them. So I really enjoy the elements of being in the shadows that she has here, gathering information, slowly learning stuff. The big thing I'm curious about is who of the Forsaken, if any of them, are the Black Ajah getting orders from? Because they've obviously committed to the Dark Oaths, they've obviously committed to the Dark One, but who do they report to? Who gives them these tasks? Who has sent Liandrin, for example, to find this bracelet? Has it been Moghedien? But then is Liandrin trusting Moghedien? You know, I really want to understand the power structure when it comes to the Black Ajah themselves. They spoke earlier of the idea of there being a heart, which is that you work in threes and everything. That could be complete and utter bullshit. We don't know if we can trust anything, but if I was working with the Black Ajah, if I was in that organization and everything, that's how I would do it. I would definitely have you split into little groups where you don't know who is a part of the Black Ajah other than 2 other people, then they know 2 other people. You know what I mean? Like, you have to keep them small or else there is a huge risk of people finding out. So that's why I'm leaning into the heart thing being somewhat of a truth. Maybe it's different. Maybe there's 5 instead of 3, you know, maybe it's a weird mistruth there. Guess we'll find out more. But in terms of other parts of the episode, I mean, once again, the Aiel stuff, we didn't get a huge amount. We learned quite a lot of Aiel culture, though. We learned about the women becoming wise ones and the men becoming clan leaders. Don't know what it means to be either. Don't know what the process is. She spoke about going into the... was it the fog? Something along the lines of fog. It was something about going into the mist or something, I don't know. But there is obviously some kind of challenge, some kind of trial awaiting Rand, so that'll be cool. They did not reveal what happens when he actually goes through that and is announced as the Karakan. Karakan? It's Karakan, isn't it? Bloody hell. There are so many words in this show that I really have no idea if I'm pronouncing properly, so please bear with me. But yeah, we really have no information related to that side of things at the moment, so very curious to see what happens when he is actually announced. Do they just suddenly follow him? Do they just suddenly become his army? Because that'll be very handy, but if not, what are the consequences of this? Because even Moiraine doesn't know. We got a bit of advancement with the Malkier stuff when it comes to Lan finding this lady. I want to know who she is specifically, though, because was she just a citizen? Was she simply a citizen of Malkier, got out, found someone in the Aiel waste, all of that, or is there more to the story? Does she have a significance to Lan's past? Because I don't know if there was something that I missed that would have revealed that, but I don't think she said anything that would have really given us any idea that she was anything but just a citizen of Malkier. So we'll see how that develops. Very unexpected to get that kind of stuff in the Aiel waste specifically, like what the fuck? But going over to the White Tower and everything, loved the Elaine and Nynaeve stuff, where they're really, I think in the same way as Egwene, going through what they did in Falm has definitely not only matured them just as you do, and just as trauma does, but also it's given them a lot of internal power. I think it's given them a lot of power when it comes to just being a human being and knowing yourself and knowing / fighting for the side of good. You know what I mean? I'm definitely getting that vibe from the two of them a lot more than we have previously. They're like fully coming into their own. The only thing I am scared about is obviously Nynaeve and Elaine are now traveling to, oh god, I've already forgotten what its name was. Did I write it down? Tanchico. I did. They're going to Tanchico, which I think that is going to be good information gathering wise. You know, you're going to be able to go there. You're going to be able to see what Leandrin's up to, gather some intel, tell everyone else. Big problem though is you guys are not like... Nynaeve is extremely powerful. We know that she is, in essence, more powerful than any one of the other Aes Sedai that are there. She's not more powerful than Moghedien, I don't think. Guess we'll see as time goes on, but even though she's quite powerful, we have not worked through the block at the moment. The block is still very much there. So her going, and then Elaine being powerful, but obviously just being one woman, I don't think they're going to stand a chance if push comes to shove and they actually get into an altercation. Because not only that, but even if these Aes Sedai are more powerful at a base level, even if they're not, they have tons of sangreal. Like, you can't win. The only thing that they have going for them is that Leandrin has some kind of soft spot for Nynaeve. I don't know if I'm being stupid when it comes to not understanding why, because it could simply be that she likes Nynaeve. That base level, it could be that she likes Nynaeve. Maybe she wants Nynaeve to join their cause, and that's why she's a little bit more sort of just kinder to Nynaeve than anyone else and actually giving Nynaeve the time of day, whereas the other Aes Sedai, it seems like she's just willing to kill any of them. But I want to understand if there is something deeper as to the why she is that way. Maybe there is something that I still have not grasped / been told yet. Guess we'll see as time goes on, but yeah, just quite concerned for them going into a place where obviously they're going to be up against a lot of extremely powerful Aes Sedai. We also got the information that the Forsaken are going after Callandor themselves, which concerning. The only thing is, if it is true, if it is a fact that no one can break the seals except the Dragon Reborn, they're probably just waiting out. They're probably waiting in the shadows. The second that Rand breaks those seals, they're going to like dive on him and attack. But the other big problem is if we're discussing this idea of collaring Rand, getting this collar and bracelet that are going to be able to control him, they could easily control him to then go and get the sword, and then they can use Rand with the sword. Like, this collar and bracelet situation is our biggest problem at the moment. On top of all of the political stuff, on top of all of the issues going on with the Black Ajah and everything, this collar and bracelet is the single most biggest issue in the fight, because at the moment Rand is just fully with us. He's fully on the side of the light. There's no losing him. The only thing that will happen is obviously the madness will eventually take him if he keeps using the power, but as of right now within himself, he's not evil, so this is the only way that they can use him, and if they manage to do it, fuck. And then, of course, the other final place that we were visiting this episode was obviously back of the Two Rivers, Emmonsfield, which I really did enjoy it. I was thinking that I would not enjoy the storyline as much, just because in the grand scheme of things, it may have importance at some point, but as of right now, it doesn't have a big importance to the story. Like, we're dealing with White Tower politics, huge developments there. We're dealing with the Aiel waste, traveling with the Dragon Reborn. Like, we have these huge major things going on, and then we have Perrin back in the Two Rivers dealing with White Cloaks and some Trollocs. You know, it doesn't feel as important, and yet they've still found a way for the story to feel almost as if it is of as much importance as the rest of it. Like, it's not as though it was a dip in the episode. It wasn't as if we got to those scenes and I was like, oh god, here we go. I really enjoyed them. I think what this season is excelling at more than the others, not a knock to season 2 at all. I think season 2 definitely advanced it as well. But the thing I'm noticing about season 3 the most is the relationships between people, the advancement of these characters, the development that we're having just feels so rich. And it feels like we get so much within a singular episode that I think it really carries the story. I think that there are never these dull moments, because every quiet moment, every moment that would almost seem insignificant, we have a huge character moment happen as well. And I'm really enjoying that. Obviously, we did meet Farley? Oh my god, I can't remember how she pronounced the name already. But we did meet that girlie who was talking to Perrin. She said that it means falcon in her language. She also mentioned that Mandarb means blade in the Old Tongue, which, if Lan has called his horse Mandarb means blade in the Old Tongue, I'm thinking, okay, Old Tongue, probably the Old Tongue of Malkier. But if that's the case, then who the hell is this girlie? You know what I mean? Is she having importance to Malkier, or is that a connection that I have made that isn't actually real? It's nothing to do with Malkier, it's something separate. Guess we'll see as the story unfolds. I'm sure that book people know, but again, don't tell me. We'll see as the story unfolds, you know. I'm just gonna check my notes, see if there were any like other little bits that we haven't talked about. I mean, obviously, yeah, we do have the problem at the moment of Elida Sedai. She's working the politics of the tower in her favor. She's trying to get it so that the Reds can take over, so that she can, with her view of the world and what she's seen and everything, basically steer the tower in the direction that she thinks is best. Just because she has seen the future, though, does not mean that, one, she has our best interests at heart. For all we know, she's part of the Black Ajah. Like, we don't know for sure that she's not. I'm getting the vibe so far that she isn't, but we can't trust anyone. She does have this whole shaking situation going on, though, which I wonder if that is linked to her visions or it's something else. We had a focus on her bracelet earlier, which makes me think, okay, maybe the bracelet is some kind of ter'angreal that suppresses whatever is going on. Guess we'll see as the plot develops more with that. But yeah, she's definitely trying to work the politics of the tower, which, considering we're in a time where there needs to be a great importance on the tower coming together and unification, bit problematic, but so far, I don't think she's part of the Black Ajah. I think that we can trust her to be doing what's best. She's just not a very trustworthy person when it comes to our characters, because she wants different things. She sees things differently than, for instance, Swan, which even then, we don't even know 100% if we can trust Swan. I think we can, but again, we'll have to see. The only person that I'm getting mixed feelings about is Verin, because they're trying so hard to make Verin seem suspicious. They're trying so hard to make Verin seem weird. They're doing the same thing with Lyanna. Like, there are these moments where the show is trying its best to make us suspicious of those two, but I don't know if they're doing it too much. It feels too much at the moment. It feels too much like they're trying to force us in that direction. Thereby, I'm thinking they're not Dark Friends. Thereby, I'm thinking they're not part of the Black Ajah. I think there's something going on. I think that Lyanna and Verin having that little whisper in the hallway, and also Verin not asking about the blade and just behaving strangely. I think there is something happening that no one else is talking about, and something that we as the audience haven't picked up on yet either. There is definitely things happening in the background. I don't think it's that they're Dark Friends, though. I think it's something else. Maybe they're concerned about Swan, so they're keeping their sort of like relationship with her on tap. They're not letting themselves get too caught up with that, you know? One thing that was brought up this episode, which was extremely concerning, though, is, I can't remember his name. Wait, I wrote it down, didn't I? Ravin. I can't remember what name he uses that they know him as, you know, the man with the queen and everything. Big concern there is he's extremely good at compulsion, to the point that not only did the queen and the rest of the family know of him, Elaine knew of him. No one in the White Tower questioned his presence. For all intensive purposes, he basically rewrote the fucking wheel to make it so that everyone knows that he exists, you know? Obviously, there are people who it's not important that they don't know he exists, you know? Like, even Swan, maybe at some point it's at the point that it doesn't matter if Swan doesn't know him, because maybe this is such a minor point of just, no, but then that doesn't make sense. I was going to say maybe it's at the minor point where, like, Swan's not going to be looking into the queen's personal life as to who she keeps close and all that, but then, like, why wouldn't she? Like, one of closest allies, one of the most important allies, you would have, like, a tap on everyone that comes near the queen, which, like, yeah, Elida's meant to be that, but Swan would definitely have better information than what's coming out of Elida, because Elida's influence / her allegiances are very much up in the question when it comes to Swan. So I would think that she would be very aware, which makes me think, okay, we know that we've had one instance of a weave of compulsion before. I think we've only had one, which was when that Lady of the Blue Ajah, you know, she was influenced to do something specific. I think, I can't remember if she was compelled by Liandrin herself. She was compelled by someone. I would think Liandrin, because I don't think the Forsaken were released at that point, but that's the only instance of compulsion we've seen before, and that would have had to have been done directly to that lady. Thereby, if all of these people are not questioning this man's presence, if all of these people think this man is part of the Queen's family and everything, does that mean that he's directly compelled Swan and all of these other people that are meant to know? Is he directly compelled Elaine? Or is there a way through the knowledge that the Forsaken have to compel people from a distance? Is there a way to not compel the mind, but more so compel the fabric of the world, you know, compel a truth into existence? I guess we'll see how much that is advanced upon, but yeah, that is extremely concerning as well, because when you can so easily compel someone of great power like the Queen of Andor and her family to think that you are one of them when you are a fucking Forsaken, that's terrifying, you know? So we'll see how things develop in that regard. But yeah, overall, just an absolutely fantastic start to the season. These 3 episodes have been a knockout the park. I now know that, I think it was today that episode 4, so already another one lined up. I'm probably going to try and get to that next week. For patrons, you're probably going to be seeing this a couple of days after episode 1. For YouTube people, I don't know what the gap is going to be between episode 2 and 3. Probably, hopefully, a few days, but we'll have to see, as obviously I need to make sure that I get my other shows out as well. We've got to keep the order up. I'm going to do my best to get it out as soon as possible. But yeah, overall, like I said, absolutely fantastic, and cannot wait to see what episode 4 has in store for us. But with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We'll be able to find the early and uncut reactions to The Wheel of Time and all the other shows that I do. Also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you're interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.